All right, y'all, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be going over another tool called Answer the Public. Now, Answer the Public is a platform designed by Neil Patel underneath the NP or Neil Patel Digital Marketing Company. We're going to show you how this platform works, pricing, benefits, and if it's something that may or may not be helpful for you and what you're trying to do. Hopefully you can get some answers. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Okay, so here on the left-hand side of me, we have the pricing page opened up because obviously we want to talk about pricing. It is a thing. Now, there is a free version of Answer the Public for people to use if you just want to give it a shot. I would say it is helpful if you are looking to potentially have a software that you can use that is consistent. So you have two different ways that you can go about this, and I actually kind of like this because not many platforms offer this like lifetime option here. So I can toggle between lifetime payment versus just like a monthly subscription. With the monthly subscription, you can get started for as low as $11 per month. Pretty great, not gonna lie. Otherwise, if you wanted to do lifetime for that same one person user account, $100, $120 for life. So again, if it's something that's feasible for you, might be worth it. But if you want to give it a try, see if you like it before you buy it for life, there's options for that as well. Now let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of how this platform works and the benefits of it. So Answer the Public is basically a way for you to put in topics, ideas, questions around things that you need ideas for, and it gives you an outline of all of the different potential topics that people are asking around whatever that keyword is. So I'm going to use an example here. We're going to call this let's do one we haven't done. Let's do YouTube. We're going to do AI for video editing just to see what kind of ideas come up here. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to create a little flywheel for us based on what different searches and questions are coming up. Now, before this pulls up, I'm going to just reference the top here. You have a few different options for what you can basically search for. You've got Google, you've got Bing, you've got YouTube, and then you've got TikTok, Amazon, and Instagram. Now, depending on what you're trying to create content for, you can search for specific topics or keywords on those different platforms. Now, if you've been around for a while and you've watched previous content of ours, you'll know that it does actually matter what content and what platform you're searching on, because different platforms are going to have different types of searches. So you do want to get specific with the type of platform that you're looking to create content on. For this example, we're going to go ahead and look at Google. And what it's going to tell us here is the potential search volume for this keyword. So if you've been around for a while, again, search volume just means how many searches per month on average are you getting. 480 for this one specifically, which is great. And then our CPC over here is just talking about your cost per click. Cost per click is referring to how much people are willing to pay for their Google ads. So we're talking about advertising on Google specifically in order for people to actually click on it. So if you go to Google, you'll land on the first one. Boom, there it is. Now, what's more important down here is we get into the different possible topics and ideas for this specific keyword or keywords. When we're going down, the first thing you're going to see are the questions that people are asking, and then we can look and see what types of questions they're asking. So over here, there's a few different options. We've got which is the best for AI video editing? Can I use AI for video editing? Can you use AI video for editing? So again, pretty basic here as far as like what we're looking at. And then what's nice is it does give you like the search volume and the cost per click for that specific kind of key term. Now, the other thing that I do like about this, you're going to see here at the very bottom, you've got how, you've got can, you've got which. So it's giving you kind of like a breakdown of what types of searches people are doing. When you're looking at you're looking at more like people who are just trying to understand if it's really a thing. Is this a thing? Can it work? How, you're looking at targeting content and people who are searching for actual solutions, who are looking for information or tutorials. Great to look at. And then which, this is going to be where you really want to be focusing if you're looking at doing things like affiliate marketing or using SEO for purposes of being an affiliate or partnership of an offer or service, because now you're doing more content around helping drive buying decisions. So this is great because then we can see, okay, which one is best? Which one is best for that? What do you use for this? So it's helping to kind of give you some ideas about what you can potentially create. Now, the second tier on here is going to be prepositions, which is more so about how you're framing different types of questions or things that people are typing into Google search. So if we go down a little lower, you're going to see similar but different. There are still that nice little flywheel on the outer side, but on this one, the differences are we've got can. So people are asking things like, can I use it? Can I do this? Can I do that? For, so they're looking more so for different topics, video editing for free, video editing for YouTube, is, right? So again, depending on the preposition, aka the word in front or the word that's coming after, it's going to dictate what kind of buyer, what kind of search you're having. So it's determining the search intent. What is the intent behind the search? Are they searching to basically go and make a buying decision? Are they searching for information to get educated? What is it? And it also helps you kind of get ideas about what people are searching for, if at all. And then over here, you can just get more into different types of topics in alphabetical order, the numbers of those topics with actual like numbers in the video or the topic itself, the search. And then of course, related searches for these types of things. As you're seeing, pretty great and easy tool for people who are going to be doing SEO marketing, specifically around blog articles. It is probably one of the lower cost options out there. Obviously a little bit more manual work than just asking AI, but I do think that this is helpful, especially when you're first getting started, because then you can really get into the nitty gritty of understanding what you're finding. Now I'm going to switch this up. We're going to go over to YouTube here on the top, and we're going to see what the difference is with the YouTube answers versus with Google. I do predict they're going to be fairly similar, but let's go ahead and take a look. So how to use AI tools for video editing, how to learn AI for video editing, how to use AI for video editing, which AI is best for video editing. So again, you're kind of seeing similar questions, but slightly different. And of course, the content is also going to be a little different. But what's more interesting is when we get into the prepositions over here. So if we open up this guy, we're going to expand it a bit, and we're going into additional topics. So AI video editing for free, AI tools for video editing, et cetera, all slightly different variations of the same type of question. Again, not that it's going to give you all of the answers, but you're kind of starting to understand like, okay, there's some potential around this. Now I'm going to take this into a different direction so we can use something maybe a little bit more different than our typical content. Let's go with PCOS and coaching. If you're somebody who is looking to do PCOS coaching or health coaching in general, to see, okay, what kind of content or what kind of questions come up around this. Now, this is probably a little too specific. There's not really much coming up. So I'm going to remove the coaching component. I'm just going to leave PCOS because I want to see if there are topics or ideas that people are searching specifically on YouTube right now that I could potentially, if I were a PCOS coach, create content for. So we're going to scroll down, and this is where it gets really fun. Now, the previous content, we were searching for AI topics, not as much because it's much newer, right? Even though we're in 2025 at this point, AI is still new. People are still starting to get familiar with it. But when we look at more popular terms like PCOS or like parenting or fatigue or anything that's, been around for a while, you're going to have a lot more searches and a lot more ideas that come up. Now, we have 64 plus questions on here. And again, you're going to notice there are different ways that these questions are being asked. I do like to really harp on this because depending on how you're asking the question determines again what kind of person is coming and asking, what their intent is with the search that they're doing. And that's helpful for you when you're understanding what kind of content you're creating and how that's actually going to drive revenue to your business. So again, long-winded way of saying it's important to understand search intent. So as we're coming down again, how PCOS test is done, not so helpful. What PCOS means, I wouldn't really care to create too much content around that. And then things PCOS will relate to, why PCOS will come, PCOS will affect pregnancy. So again, depending on like what I'm creating content for, if I'm somebody who's like a pregnancy coach, I might come in here and look for something like PCOS and pregnancy and see, okay, what kind of questions are people asking as it pertains to these two topics? PCOS and pregnancy, is it that they're looking for things around hormones? Are they looking for questions around how this specifically would work? And now we get into it. Can PCOS affect pregnancy? Great topic. Can PCOS cause positive pregnancy tests? Can PCOS cause negative ones? How PCOS affects pregnancy? How PCOS affects pregnancy? This one's interesting in animation. So again, you can start to get into more nitty-gritty ideas and topics depending on what you want to be creating. So you can take what it is that you do in your business, and then you can type in different keywords, either on YouTube, on Google, TikTok, Amazon, and Instagram I think are interesting. Haven't really played around with these too much just because we don't really leverage them a whole lot, but I'd be curious to see, what those bring up for us. And again, we're looking to see, okay, what are PCOS treatment, PCOS diet for pregnancy success? Love that. That is probably a really solid topic to create. PCOS to pregnancy. So again, you're starting to see that there's a lot more content that we can come up with that we create video ideas and topics around. So again, Answer the Public, I do think it is a really cool platform, especially for somebody who's just looking for more simple, straightforward stuff. It is incredibly cost effective. You can pay $11 per month. There's a free version if you want to use a free version, or if you want to pay for the lifetime, it's $120-ish for life, and then you never have to pay for it again. So definitely a lot more cost effective than other things that are out there. And you can really use this tool, again, to look for different ideas and topics. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this one of these pieces, and I'm going to use this if I'm creating something for YouTube, a video for YouTube. I want to continue to do a little bit more keyword research on how this is going to perform. So I'm going to take that PCOS diet for pregnancy success. It's going to open it up over here for me. And then what I want to do is I actually want to open up TubeBuddy. So again, another one of the tools that we use. I'm going to go over to the Keyword Explorer, and I'm going to take that same keyword here that we're looking for, PCOS diet for pregnancy success. And I want to see how that is going to perform on this one. So what we're looking for again is we want to see, is this going to be something that's going to perform as well on YouTube? How do I need to kind of change up the topic or reframe it in a way that's going to rank higher? It's more searchable. There has more volume for it. The weighting on this is, this is good. I would say, okay, not bad, but I would want to have it be a little bit higher in that regard. So we can use this to, again, just help inform your process of doing research so that you know when you're going to create your content, exactly what you're creating and what you can expect from it. And then this is also helpful. And again, this is also helpful because we're going to see different channels come up here that we can go and take a look at. So if I were a PCS coach and I were to find this person, obviously, this is somebody who's doing really well on YouTube with over 319,000 subscribers. And if I were to come in here and continue to do research, I can find additional topics and ideas based on what they're doing, what they're creating. So hopefully this is giving you a bit more insight on how you can use this tool for your keyword research, your content ideas, topic ideas, to continue to just give you more information about making better decisions. So as always, if this is helpful, if you're enjoying this content, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. It really does make a big difference for us here. And as always, subscribe, because we do drop content every single week, and there are times when we'll run additional live trainings and free workshop formats. So please be sure to tag along, turn on the notification button so you can hang out. If you do have additional questions or additional softwares that you'd like me to review, to take a look at, to give you ideas and feedback on, feel free to comment with them down below, and then we'll make sure we can see if it's going to fit into what we're doing for the week or for the month. And we'll create additional content answering any other questions that are coming up for you. As always, if you did find this helpful, let me know. If there's other things that you're looking for, please again, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Bye!